Hi, I'm Scoot, and welcome to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. I hope you become a subscriber. If you haven't, subscribe. It's free, and we give you a notice every time we do something new. Here are a few of the things that have done well recently on the YouTube channel. The video about the naked bike ride, the video about Brandy Love, conservative porn star. Yeah, all of this is on the YouTube channel. An interview with John Lodge of the Moody Blues. He was at his home in the UK, and we did a Zoom interview, and I was here in my apartment in downtown New Orleans. Had a great conversation with him, a lot of insight into really just rock music from the perspective of this iconic, legendary rocker. Bass player, singer, songwriter for the Moody Blues, John Lodge. So that's on there as well. Also, a fun interview with Amanda Shaw, and then also an interview with a Bourbon Street stripper, and a conversation about the city of New Orleans at one point trying to raise the age of strippers from 18 to 21. So we talk about that, and she also tells me about the strangest thing somebody paid her to do at a club. And then I tell you, I've gone back and noticed that a number of the stories that I've done, the truth behind the microphone and Scoot stories, have done very well. Kurt Cobain, suicide or murder, and the Alice Cooper I knew. These are just some of the things here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. So I hope you will become a subscriber. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, also Scoot on the Air. And I'm on WWL Radio. And if you don't have the app yet, download the app Odyssey, Audacy, and type in WWL. I'm on 1 to 4, Monday through Friday in the afternoon. It's 1 to 4 Central Time. And you can also stream the show by going to our website, WWL.com. I think it's amazing that Americans are still so divided. Not equally divided, but so divided over the damn vaccine. Those who are vaccinated appropriately blame unvaccinated Americans. Unvaccinated Americans are blaming immigrants because then it's not their fault. It's the fault of the immigrants. I agree. People coming across the border should be tested and they should be given the vaccine. I had this conversation with Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy on my radio show today. And by the way, Senator Cassidy is a doctor. And before becoming a senator, he was a doctor. He said the same thing that I've been repeating and that so many people have been saying. Get the damn shot. Now, for those of you who are waiting around for FDA approval, the FDA is expected to give full approval next month to the Pfizer vaccine. And they're going to upgrade their emergency use authorization to full authorization. So, I mean, it's coming. It's going to happen. There's just a lot of government paperwork that they have to go through. And for those who are freaked out about the amount of time that it took to develop this, if that's your excuse, man, I've been explaining this on my radio show, and I had Senator Cassidy, Dr. Cassidy, confirm what I was saying, and it's true. The reason this happened so quickly is nothing to be suspicious about, because the medical blueprint was already there. They had been working on things to where, unlike the past, developing this new vaccine for COVID was easier because there were so many things already in the works. Essentially, the medical blueprint was there, and all they had to do was put in the specific information about COVID-19, and that made it easier to find a vaccine quicker. So there's really nothing suspicious about that. And he confirmed that that's the reason. Also, you know, have you ever heard a story from somebody who went to the hospital and got really, really sick and said, "Boy, I'm sure glad I didn't get the vaccine"? Where are those stories? And so this business about, well, I don't know if it works. It's bullshit. Look, if you can't get the vaccine for medical reasons, then, you're excused. We're not talking about you. But the people who are just irrationally scared and the people who are playing politics with this shit, that's not right. This is not about politics. This is about health. We're in the fourth surge. We've been through this before. We could have knocked it out, but enough people did not get vaccinated. Vaccinations are going up, particularly in states where they have had a low vaccination rate. Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida are some of the states that are very hot states right now. And vaccines are up because the numbers show that if you get vaccinated, you're not going to freaking die. And you're probably not going to go to the hospital. If you do get COVID-19, the symptoms are going to be milder. Hospitals are full. That's not bullshit. So, we can knock this out. We can knock this. I can't knock it out. You can't knock it out, but we can knock this out. And I don't know about you, but man, like Jazz Fest is set for New Orleans this fall. I want to go. I might have to wear a mask. So what? I want to go to Jazz Fest. I want to go see the Saints play. First NFL game was tonight, the Hall of Fame game between the Cowboys and the Steelers. Cowboys sucked. So football's back. I want to go to the Dome. I don't want the Dome to be empty like it was last year. I want to go. I got to wear a mask. Okay, I'll wear a mask. But I want to go to games. And if more of us get vaccinated, this will be under control to the point where we can do stuff. And again, listen to the real life stories of those who were really, really sick. Listen to the stories of their loved ones. And every one of them is saying, get the vaccine. I wish I would have gotten the vaccine. And loved ones who lost loved ones, the loved ones are dead. What are they saying? They're not saying, I'm glad he didn't get the vaccine. I'm glad she didn't get the vaccine. No, they're saying, I wish they would have gotten the vaccine. Get the damn vaccine. In Missouri, families are so embarrassed that their loved ones died of COVID-19 that they have actually asked a coroner, in particular in one county in Missouri, Macon County, Missouri. They have convinced the coroner to not put COVID-19 as the cause of death of their loved ones because they're embarrassed, because they probably didn't get the vaccine. And they don't want people to know that their loved one died because they were too stupid to get the vaccine. So they don't want that on the cause of death. I know, cause of death. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. There are people who die from COVID-19. They had underlying conditions. They had health problems. Their health was at risk. They might have had cancer. They might have had heart problems. But they did legitimately die from COVID-19, even though they had these other things going on. And people say, well, COVID-19 didn't kill them. Yeah, it really did kill them. It killed them. They'd be alive today, in all probability, if they didn't have COVID-19. Even though they were sick in other ways, they would be alive today without COVID-19. Therefore, the cause of death is COVID-19. Look, let's make this real simple. Somebody's got cancer. They might even be dying. If they get hit by a car, the cause of death is the car, being hit by the car. If somebody's really sick and somebody shoots them, the cause of death isn't their ailment. It's the gunshot wound. And COVID-19 is like the gunshot wound. It causes death. I wish we could all come together. I'm waiting for, this country's so damn divided over things. I'm waiting for there to be this big divide between the people who got the Pfizer, the people who got the Moderna, and the people who got the Johnson and Johnson vaccine. Are they going to start pointing their fingers at each other? Oh yeah, well mine's better. No, mine's better. Well, you know what? We don't like. We don't want to associate with you. Oh, you got the Moderna. You got the Johnson and Johnson. I'm not going to associate with you. I'm waiting for that to happen. I mean, that's how prone to division this country is right now. It's stupid. So look, I hope, and I mentioned this on the radio show today. I hope we've reached a tipping point, and and people are starting to realize how ridiculous it is to play politics with this. How ridiculous it is to be afraid of something that can save your life. No, do we know the long-term impact of this? No, we don't. We don't. Do we know the long-term impact of COVID-19? Yeah, we kind of do. There's already medical evidence indicating that if you get COVID-19, your body could be affected in the future, like forever, like your lungs and some of your organs. You could forever be impacted by having had this virus. We know that. There's scientific evidence to support that. You don't know everything that you put in your body. You might take, I don't know, some even over-the-counter medication for the first time. You don't really know what's in it. I mean, they've got names there, but you're not a scientist. You're not a chemist. You don't really know what's in it. So I think that's kind of a weak argument. Well, we don't know what's in it. Well, yeah, you can Google it. There's a list of what's in it, but do you know what it means? No. So look, all of these are excuses for not getting the vaccine. And the evidence seems pretty obvious. States where they have a low vaccination percentage, they have more COVID cases. In Louisiana, 90% of the people in the hospital with COVID are not vaccinated. 10% are. And of those 10%, many of them have underlying conditions because Louisiana ain't the healthiest state in the country. And those who die are not vaccinated. They're not vaccinated, they die. Not everybody, but many of them do. How many people die who are vaccinated and get COVID? Like 0.001% or something ridiculous like that. I mean, it is like this tiniest possible number of people. I'm taking my chances. I got the vaccine. And if more people get the vaccine, we'll be able to do more. So stop linking, you can't tell me to get the vaccine. I want my freedom. You want to fight for your freedom? Get the vaccine so we have freedom. I hope you subscribe to the Scoot on Air YouTube channel, and I hope you're entertained by some of the videos that I post here. And you can subscribe; it's free, and we give you a notice every time we do something new. Thank you for joining me here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel.